Hey everybody, it's Captain Morgan.
It's the realest JB here.
And welcome to another episode of
Co-op Reviews!
Alright, so, as 2018 has come to a close, we are now talking about the best of the best and the saddest of the sad. This is our 2018 movie review.
Anyway, let's go ahead and start off with our top five
best movies of the year.
All right.
Would you like to start us off?
Yeah, I'll start us off really nice. Okay, so my top five. Number 5, I'm going to go ahead and put Searching.
Oh.
Searching had a very...
I know this movie.
Yeah. Well, Harold from Harold and Kumar is in it. He's the lead. And it's pretty much about his daughter goes missing. But here's the thing. And it looks like a gimmick. And from the previews, it seemed like a gimmick. Kind of like Unfriended. You know, those perspectives.
Oh, that was the one where it's like it's all on the phone. Or like
it's all on the computer. This all takes place on the computer through multiple apps. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it actually was very well done. It was very well done. The drama was there. It was not so much like a horror movie like Unfriended. But it was a drama where his daughter was missing. And he was pretty much going on this journey to
it's Taken. It's like Taken without Liam Neeson.
It's like Taken, except the dude is just a regular guy. He's not an ex-CIA Liam Neeson guy who will travel all over the world and murder whoever's in his path. None of that happened. But, you know, it was still a very good movie. Very well acted, very good performances from everybody in the movie, and a very good plot.
I do recognize this film now that you're talking about it.
Yeah. It was very good. My only thing was it gets a little contrived as the film goes along, and it kind of unravels and like really that happened. But, you know, at the same time, because the performances were so good and because that perspective was so well done, like you kind of forgive it for that. But that is definitely one of my best movies of the year. Definitely takes number 5 spot without a doubt.
Nice.
Yeah.
So my number 5 spot, it's one of the movies that I really appreciated that they did it.
Yeah.
And I think that as a whole this year, the movies have been a little not up to the par in my opinion. But I was a big fan of the new Wreck-It Ralph film.
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yes, you know, and it had some good notes, it had some bad notes, but I think overall the film did a good job of bringing back some of the feeling of the original while also doing some new stuff. You know, I think the princesses were the best part of the film.
Yeah, I love one thing I'll say about the Wreck-It Ralph franchise so far, even though they only have 2 movies, is that a lot of the conflict is actually more internal than external. It's somehow manifested externally, but really it's still an internal conflict. Like with Ralph Breaks the Internet, to me, I'll say straight up, and anybody can quote me on this, the antagonist is pretty much toxic masculinity. You know, his unhealthy obsession with his friends doing what he wants them to do, even though his friends really have a right to do whatever they want to do.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And it was
that attachment, that over obsessive attachment.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, the film, of course, both films look gorgeous. I love all the little Easter eggs and shit like that, especially
great animation as always, because as Disney is known as Disney is known for.
A lot of interesting commentary on the internet culture and how we treat it, and how people who create content are pretty much slaves to it. You know. Yeah. So
subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe, please, or we'll die.
So number 4.
Yeah. So my number 4 is actually, and this shouldn't be ironic, and if it's ironic to you, you're probably racist. It's going to be Crazy Rich Asians for me. Yeah. I saw this film a few months ago, and you know, the previews were kind of meh, whatever. It looks like a normal romantic comedy.
Very, traditional romantic comedy, but with Asian people, which is cool because Asian representation in Hollywood is a big thumbs up.
Exactly.
Needs more of, is what I mean. You know, I like to see any of that.
Very true, but what I was not expecting was how really insightful it was. We know mainstream, what mainstream and pop culture will tell us about Asian culture, you know, but this was to me at least, a real insider, at least about how wealthy Asians feel about their place in the world.
Right.
Their dealing with modernity and Western culture and how the Western culture thinks versus how Eastern culture thinks about traditions and ways of life and stuff like that. And of course, the performances were awesome, pretty much. And I'm not really a romantic comedy guy.
Right, right. There wasn't a lot of good romantic comedies that have come out this year,
man,
that I can think of. But that's
try 5 years, man. I can't think of a good romantic comedy in the past 5 years.
Yeah, but I think this one definitely did a good job of bringing good romantic comedies, at least, giving them something else.
It shows that genre still has life.
And it's not, and it's good because it's not like an appeal to women, It's not like, come see this movie because you're a woman and you like romance.
No.
It's actually like, it's great for everybody.
It's literally great for everyone, age appropriate, obviously, but it was actually pretty great for everyone,
Nice. Well, my number 4 is also a film that I wasn't expecting to really enjoy. I apologize for you guys watching this list, but there's going to be a lot of Disney films on my list.
He's just the Disney guy, guys.
I am.
I kind of am too, but
it's unintentional. But they've made really good films, and I can't knock it.
Or they own most of intellectual property now, so they kind of it's just by coincidence.
So my number 4 is actually Mary Poppins Returns.
Really?
I was not expecting to like it, but I watched it. None of the songs were as good as Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That song is legendary. That's not gonna
it was, but it had that same magic of the original. Because the original, part of the magic came from the great cinematography and the great, camera effects that they used. And despite now having so much CG, I felt a lot of that magic in it. At least one of the songs, ironically, Meryl Streep was in it, and she was my least favorite character in the whole film.
Meryl Streep?
Yeah.
Oscar-winning actress Meryl Streep?
Yes, 17-time award nominated.
Yeah, all
Meryl
that.
Streep. I was really excited about seeing her, and she was the low point of the film, which, it was fun. I thought Emily Blunt did a great job playing Mary Poppins, reprising the role.
Absolutely.
And I was a little sad that the original Mary didn't make a cameo, but...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so number 3.
Let's see. My number 3 is big surprise, everyone. Number 3 is going to be Infinity War, bitches.
Infinity War.
Don't act like Infinity War didn't just completely just mind fuck everyone.
In terms of superhero movies, I was not expecting a really good cinematic and artistic triumph this year.
It's the drama is there, the cast is there, the action, the
this is
decisions.
The most expensive cast ever in any film ever.
Oh, it's definitely the most stacked cast in history.
Yeah. And I think
the most characters in the movie that you have to actively keep up with.
And surprisingly, it wasn't too hard to keep up with everything. I don't know how it was for somebody who doesn't know all of the characters.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, there were 3 different storylines that they stuck to really well, and there were protagonists in each one of the storylines, and they all really, came together very well, and it didn't seem like there was too much going on.
And that's one of the real great things about the Russo brothers as directors. Mm-hmm. Their ability to weave these webs and narratives, but seamlessly connecting them all, especially in that finale, man. You saw a little bit of that in Winter Soldier and then Civil War, and then they really got a real freaking budget and a real freaking cast for Infinity War, and it was just epic. Yeah.
If you want to see more, you can also check out our full review of Infinity War.
Please check that out. We go over that really more in depth. This is just a synopsis of our thoughts, and we're not really going into spoilers with that. Yeah. So if you want to check out our review, send a link below.
Yeah.
All right. So
my number 3 was Enter the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
I was a huge fan of that movie. And speaking of larger casts, I love the throwbacks to the original. They did it tastefully.
Oh my God. Yes.
They did it tastefully. Yes. It was a funny film. Miles was an amazing character. I loved him. I liked... And here's the thing that I thought was really cool, is that there were 6, leading characters, 3 main characters, 4 lead villains, and it didn't feel bloated, unlike Spider-Man 3, which felt bloated and
Spider-Man 3 or what was that? Amazing Spider-Man 2, where there was like 3 villains and
that's how you do villains right. You know, you because a lot of those movies just have the villains kind of working on their own projects kind of independently and then come together at the end. But this one, you start with one good villain and you add villains to that repertoire.
And they were added so seamlessly, you know, and just it did not feel bloated at all. It was very well paced, at least in my opinion.
And you know, and honestly, one of the most emotional moments for me was at the end with one of the characters who we barely got to know, with Penny, and she lost her robot, and like I cared. So I was highly impressed with this film. The only downside is I wanted more Miles. Like, it took like an hour and a half to get...
I didn't want more Miles. I wanted more Spider-Man Miles.
Right. I wanted more...
We had it.
Because
we've been through the whole, I'm a regular teenager. Oh, look at me. Now I have spider powers and I'm going through the stuff. They
did the origin stories really well, too.
Yeah.
They just kind of, like, here's what happened. Now you're caught, up to speed.
Exactly.
We'll figure
The world wants Miles Morales, guys. So make it happen, please.
Number two,
surprise, surprise, in case y'all motherfuckers don't know, Black Panther. It's kind of easy to forget that this movie came out at the beginning of the year. It came out a long time ago because there was a lot of movies in between then, including 2 Marvel movies.
Exactly.
Right? We had Infinity War and then Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And if you count, you can also count Deadpool 2.
And Deadpool
not
2.
Not officially same studio, but it was a Marvel film.
Yeah, and no, we didn't get any X-Men, but Deadpool 2. Venom, sorry. That's
and Venom. There's a lot of superhero movies this year.
But either way, Black Panther. And I'm not just saying that just because it's a Marvel movie, but this movie was literally a cultural movement. It was a cultural resurgence of just Afro-centric kind of awareness and culture.
It's something we haven't really seen done well since like the 70s almost.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, with Black Dynamite and that kind of
era,
cinema era, we haven't seen something like that.
Yeah, pretty much. And I called it. If you guys were ever talking to me about movies and I had an opinion about Black Panther movie, I told people this shit's gonna be big because its budget is gonna be fat, that cast is gonna be stacked, and if the director's good, which he is, Ryan Coogler is fucking dope, made those Creed movies and Fruitvale Station, and then they got a chance to do this with a big fat check. I knew it was gonna be bomb, man. And I'm so happy it was. I saw that movie 3 times in the theaters and 5 times since then. It's timeless to me. You know,
absolutely.
Is it perfect? No.
No movie's perfect.
No movie's perfect. It has its flaws, but I don't care about that.
Yeah. In terms of movies from 2018, big thumbs up.
Absolutely. Big thumbs up. In terms of a cultural, icon, this movie's going to go down in history. It's going to be in textbooks.
Oh, absolutely.
It's there's so many people just thinking about just Wakanda as a place.
It doesn't even exist.
It
It exists now in the minds of all the people who watch the film.
Exactly, man. And I'm really proud of just how great that movie did, and the fact that you could go up to any kid and pretty much do this, and they're like Wakanda forever, and I'm just yes. But I think who really stole the show is Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. And it's slick. Winston Duke too is M'Baku.
He is very underrated, but he did a great job.
Man, he is the fan favorite, man, and trust me, I still bark when white people speak out of turn.
Cheers to that. Cheers to white people not speaking out of turn.
Cheers.
All right, so my number 2, is no surprise, was Infinity War, actually. So we've talked about that. I thought it was honestly one of the best films I've seen this year, and it made me really happy.
Yeah.
We just talked about that, so I won't go into it too much, but...
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's Infinity War. Listen to the title, Infinity War. Just by that title.
It's been so far in coming. I was so ready for this movie.
Yeah.
I've been waiting since 2008 for this to happen. As soon as Nick Fury turned around and said, I'd like to speak with you about the Avengers Initiative, I was like, I can't wait to see where this goes.
Man, and it's just, I love like the build up, even though the just the MCU as like, if you can call it a franchise, just the MCU as an intellectual property, it's been through so many hands and so many changes, especially with the Disney buyout and all that good stuff. But somehow the payoff was still as great as it was.
Oh yeah.
And like almost like Black Panther, that's going to be in textbooks too. Yep. So,
all right,
number one.
Best movie of the year.
My best movie of the year. Black Klansman.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't get a chance to get out and see that one.
Oh man, you got to. Oh my God. Everyone, look at me. See Black Klansman. See Black Klansman. See Black Klansman. Because
I know the cast of that is fantastic.
We got Adam Driver is a great character in there. Denzel Washington's son. John David Washington, was definitely...
He's living up to his family's reputation.
Oh, yeah, he is, man. He kept that afro nice and circular. But, dude, like, that culture... Because
that was set in the 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it's kind of a return to that, Afrocentric, like, style of filmmaking.
Yeah, I mean, but, it's also Spike Lee doing the movie. So, of course,
That's right. It is Spike Lee. Which, you expect a Spike Lee joint when you go to a Spike Lee joint.
Exactly. And, it was almost... It had all the typical Spike Lee isms of it. The quirkiness, the quick pace of the dialogue, and also, obviously, the racial overtones. Look at the... Awesome.
And it feels culturally relevant.
It's so culturally relevant, especially today. Especially... Oh, my goodness, especially
with all the division we have in the country, it's a really powerful film.
It's very powerful, and I really loved it. I think just like Black Panther, it's another like a cultural mark in American cinema, but also in our own pop culture, where we're bringing this awareness, like, hey, this divisive stuff is happening. Take a look at it. It's a snapshot of history, and see what we can do to, get past it or grow from it. And that's my number one film of the year. Nice.
Well, my number one is no surprise, is Black Panther.
Wakanda forever!
So, I mean, there you go. Again, it's because of the amount of personality of the film, the history and the realism, the creation of this, of a country that doesn't exist, and how you felt like, I could see that being a real place.
Yeah, man. I mean,
minus the super high advanced technology, maybe, but like, in this world, it makes sense.
Exactly. In this universe where you saw New York have a huge hole in its sky and these alien drones come and fuck shit up. Yeah. Of course, all that would seem normal.
Yeah.
But like you said, film has a great personality to it. I mean, nobody even has to talk. All you have to do is just swing through Wakanda and hear the background music.
Oh, absolutely.
It's already... Kendrick Lamar made an entire album for this movie.
The music was fantastic. The acting was great.
Absolutely.
And I think the thing that impressed me the most about it was, unlike Infinity War, I didn't see this movie coming.
No one did.
Because, like, I knew,
no one did except
Black
me.
Panther showed up on Civil War and was like, oh, who's this guy? He seems really cool.
Yeah.
I want to see more of him. Oh, they're making a new movie? Okay, well, I'll go see that. And then it came out and I was blown away. Well, those were our picks for the top 5 best films of 2018. What do you guys think? If you agree with us, let us know in the comments below. If you disagree with us, also let us know in the comments below. Fight us.
Yeah, why don't you tell us your top 5, huh?
Tell us your top 5.
Don't just tell us how to do our jobs. You tell us. Give us some options. So, how are we supposed to know?
And to go along with that, we're going to be doing another video of our most disappointing films of 2018.
Yes, we will.
Stay tuned for that. You can hit the eye icon to check that out.
Yes. Like and subscribe, all that good jazz.
Yep. Subscribe, like you said, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of
Co-op Reviews! Happy New Year, people! Peace out!